Right behind you.
And then my uncle knows that.
Really? I think so.
Thank you.
Okay. So. Yeah, onto there. Alex is good.
Sorry, he doesn't tell me. Right, I got
Charles.
Congratulations, how's everything going? How awesome is this? Yeah.
I still keep that. I would order that.
Sorry, guys. Okay, appreciate it. Congratulations, guys. You're welcome. Coming in with Eric? Thank you. You didn't invite us. Eight. One, two, three.
Roy, Roy's with us.
Oh, your cousin. I know you're a cousin.
How are you, really? That's funny.
Well, if you look.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Tim. You're welcome.
They're walking to repair it over right now.
Thank you. You're welcome. 5, 6, 7. See you next year. Yeah, we'll see you next year, buddy. Going in. Welcome on in. Congratulations. Yeah, thank you. All right. Welcome. You're welcome. You guys ready? Let me get the elevator for you. I just put my yeah. Yeah, they yes, I will. Enjoy. You're welcome. Hey, what's up? Congratulations.
All right. What a great game for the National Football League, for the Kansas City Chiefs. To have the Lamar Hunt Trophy back in our hand here in Kansas City is a real treat to be a part of that. Appreciate all that Clark and his family have done for us to allow us to have the players we have and the equipment and everything that goes with that. And then this beautiful stadium with our fans. It's incredible. What a great experience. But we're not done. So we're not done. We've got another game against a real good Philadelphia Eagles team, and we've got a lot of preparation to go before we have a chance to play them. I'd like to take my hat off here to the Buffalo Bills and the great job that Sean's done with that group and his coaches and players. Every time we play them, it's one to store away and in the history books. It's just they're great, phenomenal games, and it's great for the fans. It's great for the league. I also like to put a shout out to the coaches, our coaches, for the job that they did, the coordinators for putting together these game plans, literally a game of inches today. And we were lucky to be on that side of it where we had the most inches. So that was a positive thing. And then for Mark Donovan and the great work that he does as our president, and and Brett Veach for giving us these players so we can go play at the level that we play at. So, anyways, with that, time's yours.
Say all these close games over the last couple of years, encourage you guys for this moment. And is that part of what comes through in the end?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, this came right down to an inch, literally. I mean, that's what the stop was. And so it was back and forth. It was going to be back and forth. Whoever had the ball last was probably going to come out on the, in the lead, so in the win. But I'm proud of our guys battling like they battled. I mean, Pat Mahomes was phenomenal. Travis Kelce, their leadership, Chris Jones. I can just go through all these guys. I mean, they didn't waver at all, and that's how they've been. I mean, that from training camp. I mean, they've got this personality where they know how to bear down. They know when to have fun, but they also know when to bear down.
Can you go through also the 4th and 1 play? I think inside your own territory, not typical for you guys. What went into doing that?
I just want to give you something to write about, by. No, listen. Again, that's a trust thing. You have to have trust in your guys. We called a timeout so we could kind of calm the minds and take what we thought was our best play and against them there. And so between that one and that last one at the end that P. Ryan had, we had some time to kind of digest those.
Andy, when these head coaching cycles come around, Spags is not at the top of the list.
Yeah, listen, I have the utmost respect for him, and I know he'd be a great head coach. I don't want to lose him selfishly, but I know what kind of coach he is, and I know the situation that he was in with the Rams and all that, and you give him another opportunity, and he'll do a great job there. But that I can't determine that, and we don't have time to worry too much about that with all this going on.
And the others seem to be really motivated by the chance to go for free. Mark talked about it out there, Pat talked about it out there. Now that you're in the moment and you're not immediately preparing for another game, is it at all motivating for you as well?
I think motivation is the wrong word, or I'm gonna just change that for you. So I would tell you we're motivated like crazy to win the game. I mean, that's what you're motivated to do. You get caught up in that other stuff, all the hype that goes with it, and then you forget about 3rd and 1 and detailing that, either side of the ball. So you've got to keep everything in perspective. And really, when it comes down to it, all the confetti, all that's great. I mean, it's great. Nothing like doing it with your home fans. But it's going to come down to a football game. And the team that prepares and makes the least amount of mistakes will come out, the victor. So you make sure that you keep your head right and bear down and, do the right things.
You mentioned that play. What does it say about Nick to be able to make that play? Really, what has he made these past few years?
Yeah, Bolton. Yeah. He's unbelievable. He's a great kid, great player. Pride of Missouri, MU, baby. And so he's been fun to be around and coach.
Andy, nine teams not back to back. Why is it taking this long for somebody to get to the third after that? What makes it so difficult?
Yeah, I mean, you think of all the ups and downs and arounds that you went through during the season, the injuries, all those things that have to just happen the right way. With the margin to win and or lose in this league is so small, the parity is unbelievable, and that's the way the commissioner and the owners wanted that, so that every city had a chance. And so it's just some of these games are, they're gut wrenching, and I've got a lot of gut to wrench. So, it's one of those things. So you really have to, you got to hit it right, and it's got to come out right.
We'll do a couple more guys. Go ahead, Tom.
Coach, you've got a lot of guys who won Super Bowls and all that, but you've got some new guys, especially some veteran guys. Just what are your feelings with DeAndre?
Yeah, I was so happy for him. DJ's another one. I mean, I was so happy for those guys. I mean, the smile on their faces and their compete throughout the time that they were here has been incredible. I mean, literally took Kareem off the couch, and after having a couple surgeries and all that bit that he had, and here he comes out and does a great job for us here.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Okay, good. Thank you.
All right, guys. Congratulations. All right, we close that door. Yep. All right, guys, we're going to start with Clark here, okay?
All right. First of all, I want to congratulate Andy, his staff, the players, Patrick, Travis, Chris. What an amazing game tonight. Also want to congratulate Mark Donovan and Brett Veach. So much work goes into an evening like this. You know, with Brett, it starts early in the offseason, and what an amazing job he did of putting this team together and helping us find players to replace some of the people that got injured during the course of the year. It's an amazing achievement. We talked a lot about this early in the year, about the opportunity to be the first team to go back to the Super Bowl after back-to-back wins. And it's hard to even put into words what it means to have the opportunity that we will here in 2 weeks in New Orleans. So special. I want to give a shout out to our fans tonight. I thought our fans were incredible. GHA Field at Arrowhead is a very difficult place for opposing teams to play, and our fans made it so tonight. And then lastly, I want to congratulate the Bills on a tremendous season. What a great football team, fantastic organization that they have.
Clark, how do you think your dad would react to something like this?
Well, as much as we as a family like having a bunch of trophies with his name on it, I think he would have been upset because he was so humble. I don't think any of us really could have dreamed about it being like this and having the success that we've had, winning 5 Lamar Hunt trophies in the last 7 years, and going back to the Super Bowl. I think he would love it because at his heart, he was a fan. He and my mom, they were fans first and foremost. And so I know he would love that aspect of it. And he would also love it for our fans because that was always a focus of his.
When you think about Andy and Pat and bringing them here, as you think about it in the idea of what it meant for the city, how do you reflect on their impact over these last 7 years?
Yeah, well, obviously it's been transformational. You just think back to 2013 when Andy joined the organization, made us an immediate winner, really changed the culture here. And then a few years later, he got the quarterback that he'd been waiting his whole career for. I think there was a comment earlier about why it's so hard, why nobody's ever gone back to have a chance at a three-peat. I think it's because those teams didn't have the combination of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
We'll do 3 more, guys. Let's go Sam, behind and Adam.
When you put the impact Andy has had in perspective, you're a historian of the league. Are we looking at the greatest coach in league history?
I certainly has to be in that conversation. Different time periods make it hard to compare coaches from different generations. Certainly having cleared 300 wins and with the Super Bowl wins that he already has and the AFC championships and NFC championship that he won, he's got to be right there at the top. I think the great news for Chiefs fans is he's not done, right? We've got work to do here in 2 weeks, and then I know he's excited about the challenge of coming back next year.
Clark, Andy mentioned the gut-wrenching wins, and I wonder what that's been like for you all season. Have you seen that as something building towards this, or at times worrisome? How did you process that? How do you think it impacted today?
Yeah, I think it was all of that. Certainly it was a roller coaster for everyone who's a Chiefs fan. All those close games. but at the same time, we were learning something valuable from it. And we've seen it in the past, and I think Patrick Mahomes is at his best when the games are on the line. And I said it outside the podium how he and his teammates almost always find a way to get it done. They did tonight. Tonight we were playing an incredible football team, the Buffalo Bills. You knew it was going to be close. We have the history of our playoff victories over them the last several years, so you knew it was going to be a close game because all those games were close. And I think the experience that the team gained during the season really helped them tonight.
Last two, Adam and then Nate. Go ahead, Adam.
Clark, congratulations, by the way. You said a minute ago you didn't dream of having success like this in the organization. This was getting started. What did you dream of? What did you think were realistic expectations?
Well, our goal has always been to build a consistent winner, but the dream was to win one Lamar Hunt trophy and win our second Lombardi trophy, which we achieved back in 2019. And the great news is none of us were satisfied with that. Nobody in the organization, Andy, Pat, Brett, Mark, myself, our entire family, we wanted to come back and have a shot for more. And credit really goes to Brett on helping us build that consistent winner. A lot of the players have changed over the last 6 years, but here we are back in the Super Bowl.
Last one, Nate.
Clark, when you're watching 4th and 5, your midfield, just what goes through your mind when you see Spags Blitz, your best cornerback, knowing that either if it fails or succeeds, it kind of will tell the story of the game.
Yeah. Well, we've been blessed to have Spags here for a number of years, and we've seen him do that in the past. So, like our players, I trust in Spags.
Okay, thanks, Clark. All right, guys, we're going to have our general manager, Brett Beach, step up next.
All right. There's a ton of people to thank after a game like this, and so I'll try to make it quick. But first and foremost, thanks to Clark Hunt and the Hunt family. Just an amazing ownership group to work with, and Clark is the brains behind this outfit, and he's the smartest guy I know. So I'm very happy and very privileged to work with him and follow his lead on this whole operation. Obviously, Mark Donovan. Mark's not just a business colleague; he's one of my good friends, and I lean on him a lot off the field. And Mark and his staff are tremendous, and obviously our coaching staff. I mean, everyone talks about it, but it's truly deserved for how great our Coach Reed and his staff, and Coach Spags and his staff, and what a great job by Coach right off the bat there on that 4th down going for it. I mean, you knew this was a game that you're going to have to really score points to beat this team. I mean, this is a phenomenal football team. So, he knew the dynamics of the game, and that's why he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. My personnel staff, can't thank them enough for all the hard work they do off the field, and most importantly, our tremendous fan base. I joke with my staff. I mean, this game, I know it was a tight game. I know it came right down to the end, but this game was won on Christmas Day when we beat Pittsburgh and we got home field advantage. Because I think when you have two teams like this playing against each other, it really just comes down to who has the home field advantage and who's going to get one pivotal stop. So very fortunate and thankful and blessed to have this game at home, and that was a difference. So certainly thank the Chiefs Kingdom for all their support, and had this game been played anywhere else, I don't know if the outcome would have been the same. So being at home and having that fan base was, I think, really the deciding factor. So with that, I'll take the questions.
You were very intentional tonight, wanting to go up and trade with the Bills and get Xavier Worthy. You talked about that coming into the game. I guess as you reflect, what does that mean to what this year has been and will build toward the Super Bowl? Yeah, I
mean, he's a great player, and the Bills have a great staff. I mean, that's one of the best football teams in the NFL, and a lot of people make it out like, well, the Bills didn't want them, and I mean, listen, they know what they're doing. They're a really good football team, and they beat us early in the season, and that was one of the best football teams out there. So, but look, we stick to our board, and we have a plan, and we believe in it, and we don't really second guess ourselves. And Xavier was a guy that we really loved and we were passionate about, and we were fortunate to go up there and get him. And like I said, the Bills they were on their own agenda, and they've done a great job of putting together a really good team. And so happy for Xavier. I know personally those guys, they know where they could have went, and I know he's happy to be here and excited to be here, but he's a great player. He's only going to get better. Coach talked about it just like Rasheed last year after that week 10, 11, 12. I mean, he just took off, and he's really good, and the sky's the limit for him.
Rob, you've seen Patrick play so many times. What is it about these guys? From a perspective, just what you see out of him in these types of games, especially in third down, the biggest plays.
Yeah, I mean, he's goes back to just his awareness as a player, and he knows the situations, and he knows games where our defense is going to thrive, and a certain amount of points will be enough. But I mean, listen, we all knew that. I joked with my family before the game. I said the first one of 35 wins this game, and God, when it was 29-32, I was so nervous because I was like, God, I hope I'm not right, because they had the ball there at the end. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to score 35 points there. But Pat knew the situation. Our coaching staff knew the situation. Like I said, I go back to that fourth down and one. Like, you had to steal possessions and you had to score points against these guys, because you're not going to punt the ball, and they're not going to go 3 and out a lot. We got the stops when we need it, and that's why Spags is great, and that's why he's the best at what he does. But timely stops in situational football, and that's why this team is so successful, because we really thrive in those situations.
Brett, with all the injuries earlier in the year, you could have pushed your chips all in on this year at the expense of future years. Do you sort of feel vindicated with the moves you did make and the moves you didn't make that by getting to another Super Bowl here?
Well, I don't necessarily know if we feel vindicated. I think we're always aggressive, and it goes back to the leadership of Clark. I mean, Clark does a great job of keeping. I'm super aggressive, and that could be dangerous. And so having Clark's leadership and guidance is a blessing, and it's that kind of great balance where he gives me the green light when he feels like it's appropriate, but at the same time, I mean, we try to be smart and very decisive in what we do. But at the same time, I mean, we have a good group here, and we plan to be successful for a long time. And we just have to be smart, and it's that delicate balance of being disciplined and aggressive. There is a fine balance, and that's why it's a complete group effort between my staff and Clark and the coaching staff.
Last two will go by, and then Tom, go by.
Brad, as you went through the season, long period of winning sort of crazy and close games at times, what gave you faith that was building something instead of maybe something worrisome?
Well, I think that's kind of been the blueprint over the last few years. I think when you win so much in this league, you line up every week and you're getting teams' best shot week after week. And, we're not – I think everybody, when they play us and they come to Arrowhead or we go to their stadium, it's kind of like a litmus test for where their organization is. Okay, we're playing the Chiefs. How good are we? Well, now we'll see. And, so we're getting their best every week, even when we're not at our best. And I think that kind of builds character and it builds, toughness. And, we're going to see, the best that teams have to offer week in and week out. And so when we do get to the playoffs, I mean, we're going to be mentally challenged and mentally hardened to a degree that when we get into these situations, I mean, our guys aren't going to flinch, and I think you see that time after time.
Tom, you guys had to cut ties with Kareem back in the 80s, came full circle. It's been such a big part of what you've done here. What your feelings are for him and how happy you are for him?
Yeah, I mean, so excited. I mean, there's a kid that obviously it was a tough situation years ago. But I mean, the kid has grown and learned, and he's so grateful to be here, and we're so grateful to have him. I mean, it's really a blessing for this to come full circle, and for him to be out of this organization. And he did some great things with Cleveland, but it's always special to come full circle and to see him and the way he has grown and developed as a person, both on and off the field, is great. And I'm so happy for him. And he's been so critical to our success. And, he's a phenomenal football player. And like I said, I'm just blessed that it worked out, and that he's, back here and hopefully, we'll have continued success with him.
Thanks, Brett.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. We'll have Patrick and Chris Jones coming in here soon.
All right. Go for Chris.
Chris, what was it like when you knew the game was won, and what was the emotion of that?
Pure excitement, joy. Thinking about this year, everything we had to go through, the obstacles, the adversity we faced along the way to get here, and just to soak it all in.
And what does it mean to know that you have a real chance now? Was it the three-peat possibility straight up?
All we wanted was the opportunity to get there. We're there, and we got to close the deal. We got to.
What's the key to the quarterback stage? You guys saw three of us tonight. What's the key to be successful?
Your D line got to be dominant. You got to have your two noses and two ends got to be very physical on the inside. And he was very successful tonight at limiting Josh Allen on the QB sneaks.
What did you see in the 4th and 5 to kind of seal the game from your perspective?
Spaz called a heck of a play.
What's it like though in that situation? 'Cause everybody, Bills know it, you know it, the fans know it. Spags is goes in the house. He's going to do something crazy there. I mean, that he has that much trust in you guys to just go make a play. What does that mean?
I mean, it's all year, building that. We worked through situations throughout the year within practice, late game situations, 2-minute situations. So for us, it's just another play. We're very comfortable in it, and we trust in Spags to put us in the right position to make a play.
Hey, Chris, what do you say to the detractors? There's a lot of people that were pulling for Buffalo just because they're not Kansas City, the jealousy that comes with winning a lot. How do you process that? What's your answer to that?
There's no answer, man. We just keep winning,
Do you feel the sentiments that people don't want to see you win just because you guys are so successful?
I mean, that comes with it. It comes with being successful, right? You get less attractive, More no pun intended. But you get less attractive, man. The more success you have, the more people want to see you fail. And I spoke on it last week. It's about getting to that mountaintop, and every year it's a climb. Every year it's a climb. There's a lot of adversity amongst the way of the climb, and then you just got to continue at it.
Does this feel like old hat routine? I mean, how do you guys keep this fresh?
No, I don't feel like no had routine. I wish it was that easy, man. But the challenge is like Brett Veach got to bring in new guys every year, and with success, you have a lot of coaches, a lot of players go to other teams, whether it's for money, whether it's for better opportunities, and so it's like a start over. You have to start over with the young core you have and build off of that. We got a lot of new faces on this defense, a lot of young talent on this defense, and instilling the habit of trust, chemistry amongst training camp. That's why it's so important for us within training camp, and building off of that throughout the year. We had our number one receiver go down early. Pacheco went down early, brought in Kareem, a familiar face. And, to overcome a lot of injuries early on, which tells you about the resilience of this team.
Chris, going back
to the 4th and 5, you got the ball off. It's in the air forever, it seems like. What was your vantage point when that ball was in the air? The kid got some hands on it.
I hope this guy don't catch this ball, please. I'm tired. Get us off the field.
We got last two, Vahe and Matt.
Chris, how much do you feel like all the close wins all along prepared you for this moment today? I mean, you've been doing it for a couple of years, but this season in particular.
I think it prepared us for close game situations, man. You look at the games we had, then we had like 6 or 7 games where it's one possession. We could continue to build off of that throughout the year. And, these games are very familiar with us. We're used to being in these type of situations. So we feel very calm. We feel very at peace with what we're running, the speed of it, the pace of it, and the play calling.
How quickly do you put tonight behind you and then start looking forward and start focusing on Philadelphia, and obviously they're going to have revenge on their mind.
Coach Reed will be there at like 3 a.m. in the morning watching film. Listen, you got to take it with stride, man. There's a lot of obstacles we have to face to get here. You got to appreciate that aspect of it, appreciate how tonight turned out. But we also got one more game ahead of us, the important one. So, you got 24 hours to sit on it, have you a nice drink or something, whatever you choose to do with yourself. And we got 2 weeks to prepare for Philadelphia, right? Yeah. Y'all take care.
Thanks, Chris.
What did I do?
This
How do you get things through a couple of plays? First, the fourth down, and just the mentality to go for it. And is there a conversation with him?
Yeah, there was a conversation for sure, and we just wanted to have a play that we liked. And Coach Reed trusted us. He trusted us a lot tonight, and we were able to go out there and make a play happen. And obviously, you roll out and you want to throw it to a couple guys, but when you can run it, you just take it. And it was a big moment in the game, and we were able to go down and get points after that. No, there was differences to it. It's actually very similar. I don't know if you remember to the play that we ran for a touchdown to Travis in the first Super Bowl. And so just getting me on the edge, having a couple options for guys to throw it to, and then if they take that away in man coverage, just use your feet and get the first down.
Patrick, any sense coming into this game you would run for more yards and more touchdowns than Josh Allen did?
I didn't know that. Not necessarily. They always give me options to kind of pull the ball and run it, and they were playing man coverage a lot of the day, and they were putting a lot of attention on Travis. And so when them kind of that pushing that safety and pushing extra linebackers to Travis, it opened up different lanes for me to run, and I was able to run the football. And I pulled some of those reads that I've had all season long just because it's playoffs, and you have to make sure that the defense is true to what their rules are.
Patrick, whose idea is it to have you roll out with Travis as the lead blocker? How much have y'all been working on that play, given you ran it from the 10? It's not like you ran it from the 5.
Yeah, no, it's actually the same run that Kareem scored on, and I handed it off on that one, and then based off how the DN played, I knew that he was going to try to get in there and not let him score again, and he went down, and I pulled it and went out, and Noah had a great block, and then Xavier I think was out there on the edge, and then Travis with the big block to get me into the end zone, and so it's about reading the defense, going out there and making plays, and it's always great when you have guys that are going to lay their body on the line in front of you to get you into the end zone.
The real goal is possession. When Isaiah was trying to get down, the decision with the play was Samaje.
Yeah, it's just like I said, a ton of trust by Coach Reed to give me the football and let me have a chance to throw the ball. It helped that they called timeouts, and I mean, obviously they had to, but it gave me time to talk with the coaches, to get to the play that we wanted, stuff that we had talked about the night before the game, and was able to know that if it wasn't there, just take the sack, run for as much as you can, let the clock run, and so a lot of trust, and it comes from a lot of experience in those moments. And Samaje with a big time play. I haven't seen it yet because I got tackled after the throw. I looked up at the other scoreboard. It seemed like he made a great move and stayed in bounds. And so just execution stuff that we work on every single week.
Obviously, the real goal is still ahead, but just describe the feeling of getting to that after all this, and maybe what's going through your head as you're running around the field celebrating right when it ended.
It's just so hard to get to the Super Bowl, and I don't take it for granted. And to be able to do it again at Arrowhead was special. I mean, last year it was awesome. You get there and you win it, but you're at a different stadium, and then being able to win it at Arrowhead, and then you get that trophy on that stage, and you look around, and there's not a seat empty. It is a special place, and I'm glad that I get to be a part of Chiefs Kingdom and here in Kansas City because these moments that I'll have for the rest of my life.
What would you say it took to get here? To get to this point?
Yeah, it's a long process, and it takes everybody. It takes every single person on the team, and you saw that tonight. If it was special teams, if it was offense, if it was defense, everybody had their role in this game, and that was a great football team that we played. And so for us to go through the season and win the games the way that we won them, I'm proud of the team. But like you said, we're not to the ultimate goal yet, and this will be a great challenge for us with Philadelphia. And so I'm excited for the guys preparing and get to New Orleans and put up our best shot.
Patrick, I know you're trying to win every year, but in this moment, any chance to get the 3? Does this one feel a little bigger maybe in this moment?
I mean, not necessarily. I put every single season as its own season, and every team's different. You get new guys, you get guys that have to step up in different roles, and so I just go about my business and just try to prepare everybody to be in the best possible situations to succeed. And obviously, it'll be awesome. I think it'll be something I look back at the end of my career if we're able to go out there and get that three-peat. But at the same time, you just treat it as one season and one Super Bowl run, which is always hard to do.
We'll go across from Glenn. Patrick, a lot of your new teammates are going to get a chance to experience Super Bowl along with Carson Wentz, who knocks you up. How special it is to work with him, and how has he helped your preparation, and what is he bringing every day?
Yeah, Carson's extremely intelligent. He's someone he's there early. He works extremely hard. And you see why he has the talent. So you see why he was a starting quarterback in this league and an MVP level quarterback in this league. And so excited for him. I mean, I know he got the Super Bowl when he was in Philly, but to be able to go up against the Eagles again, like a lot of these guys on our team, have that Philadelphia history. And so it'll be a great moment to be able to go up and do that and try to do whatever we can to find a way to get a win.
Can you explain the handoff issue with you and Pacheco, and what did you tell yourself to not let that turnover sort of snowball?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to pull it to either run or throw the ball. Obviously, I did it a little too late. And so when it's hard to put the running back in that position whenever they're trying to run and hit the hole and you try to make a late decision to pull the football. But obviously, you just move on. You just kind of keep pushing forward. It hurt in the moment. It hurt our team, and they went down and got points. But it was a long football game. And so throughout different times in the game, you have to find ways to push through, even when you're not playing your best football, and we were able to do that tonight.
Yep. The way you guys win so many close games over again, like in theory, like mathematically, it's almost like impossible to do that. But how do you guys make that like a sustainable thing?
It's because it's everybody. It's not just one side of the football. I mean, if you look today, I mean, obviously I think offense played well, but we didn't score that touchdown there at the end. The defense stopped Josh, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, in a critical situation to give us a chance to run the timeout. And so it takes everybody, and we've done it so many different ways now that we just have full trust. And the coaches have trust in the players trust in the coaches, and we go out there and execute our job. And when you've done it over and over again, it becomes habit. And, I mean, obviously we would want to win by more, but I think the regular season, winning all those close games, has prepared us for moments like today.
Last three times, but
you mentioned it. Giving Josh the chance to go down and win it. What was your perspective when McDuffie's blitzing and he's heaving it up and Dalton has them? What's going through your mind? What are you seeing on that?
Yeah, I mean, you're obviously nervous. I mean, I'm always nervous whenever the football's not in my hand. But I have so much trust in that defense. They've done it all year. And I know that's a great offense that they're going up against. And Josh has made a lot of great plays all night, all season long. But I trust that Spags is going to call the right blitz or call the right coverage, and the guys are going to execute the assignment. And then whatever happens, happens. And so I was very happy that it was incomplete, and we were able to run the timeout after that.
For Patrick, 17 postseason wins now, second most by quarterback in NFL history. Just how does that feel after this scoring?
Yeah, it's obviously really cool. That's your goal, is to win in the postseason. I've been blessed to be in a lot of great football teams with a lot of great coaches and a great organization. And I just try to maximize every moment because you never know when's going to be your last one. I know I'm a long way from Tom, so I'll try to do whatever I can to get close to that.
You guys have turnover every year. Some of these guys have been with you since the beginning, like Travis and Chris. What does it mean to you to have a chance to do this with those guys?
Yeah, I mean, it means the world to me because I see the work they put in every single day. I mean, everybody sees, especially those two, their personalities and how fun they are and how much people like to be around them. But the work that they put in every single day, even when they're at the top of their game, is what makes them so special. And so, like I said, I just try to maximize the opportunities I have with those guys. And I'm so appreciative of being in this situation with this team. And I'm just excited to go out there and have another challenge in the Super Bowl and with those guys as leaders beside me.
last one, Matt. Patrick, how quickly do you put this behind you and start moving on, look at that Super Bowl and start working on the Eagles and getting ready for that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll have a good night tonight. But after that, we'll be right on to focusing on the Eagles. We have a meeting tomorrow, and you try to take care of like your tickets and everything like that, and then you just focus on the game plan. This is a great football team we're playing. They're great on offense, they're great on defense and special teams, and so we played them in a close Super Bowl a couple years ago, but they've added players and they've got even better, and so it'll take our best football to win, and we'll be prepared, and we'll try to go out there and do that.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That's it, guys. That's it. Yeah.